Foxtrot Bravo Bravo, pull up and go around.
Go around, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Tower India Echo Lima, downwind 13, touch and go.
India Echo Lima number 3, follow Cessna left base, turning 1 mile final.
India Echo Lima.
Foxtrot Bravo Bravo Tower, fly runway heading.
Fly runway heading, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Charlie Zulu November, clear to land runway 13.
Charlie Zulu November, clear to land 13.
Blue is here, Alpha, change of plans, crossover midfield, join right downwind runway 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, crossover midfield, join the right downwind for 13.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to Simair Flyer, Dane Simair. I've been away for approximately 3 weeks. I haven't been doing a lot of flying, but I am back at it again. And as I had mentioned in the last leg of the Fraser River Run, my next venture was going to be to look at and fly over a number of the islands in the, not in the Caribbean, but in the Pacific Northwest. So without any further ado, I'd like to just show you the map and kind of show you what I plan to do. So let's dig into the map. Okay, first of all, let me zoom out a little bit. This is a little nav map that we're using. And this is a real high-level view looking down. This whole area is Canada going across here. This is the United States, and of course this is Washington State in here. This is the island, Vancouver Island. This is the city of Vancouver. And this is Vancouver Island. And the capital of British Columbia is Victoria. I happen to live right here in Langford. And all in British Columbia, throughout British Columbia, there are many islands, not only up in the Rockies and up the Northern Channel up here. There is just hundreds and hundreds of islands. So we're not going to visit all of those islands, but what we are going to do is we're going to concentrate on the islands in the Washington State area. And these islands are known as the San Juan Islands. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes, but just to give you an overview of what this is, this line here is the international border between Canada and the United States. And you can see these islands, which are part of British Columbia, Canada, and these islands, which are part of Washington State, United States. And if you just zoom in, you can see the international tags right here, Canada and the US. So these are known as the San Juan Islands. And yeah, they're not nice and warm like the Caribbean islands, but they are beautiful in their own way. There's really 3 quite large islands in the whole group. There's the San Juan Island itself. There is Orcas Island, which is this eastern side and the western side, and there's Lopez Island. But besides those large islands, if I zoom in, you can see there are many small islands. And I'll just kind of move the map across here. San Juan Islands National Wildlife. There's Sepia Island. There's Lumi Island. Sinclair Island, Gomez Island, Cypress Island, Blakely Island. There's islands galore. Now, we're not going to visit all of these islands, but we will visit a bunch of them. I thought what we'd do is start up here in the northwest corner. Because we are in the Pacific Northwest, we may as well start in the northwest corner of the San Juan Islands, and we'll make our way across and down and across and down. Each flight will probably be 20 to 30 minutes, maybe 30 minutes at the most, and I think within probably 4 legs, we should have all of these islands covered, 4 or 5 legs. So let's put some airports on the map and see what it looks like. So this is the island that we are going to depart from, Stuart Island. And we're going to depart from Stuart Island West airstrip, and we'll take it from there. So without too much more to talk about, let me get the airplane loaded up and let's get started. We'll see you very shortly. Okay, so here we are. We are at Stuart Island. We're going to be taking off on runway 07, and we are in the trusty Icon A5. I chose this aircraft because it's amphibian, and you know, we're going to be flying over a lot of islands, and we might want to land in the water. And I've got my companion co-pilot, Bozo the Bulldog. There he is. There's Bozo. He's raring to go. He loves the water and he loves flying. So we can't ask for a better combination than that. So without any further ado, let's get into the cockpit. Everything is tested and checked out, and we are actually ready to roll. Just before we push that throttle forward, let me just quickly show you a little nav map. So there we are, right down here at Stuart Island. And we're going to be taking off from Stuart Island. We'll do a circuit around, we'll do a downwind, and then we'll come across the airfield, and we'll come over here to the kind of the southeastern part of Stuart Island. There's an airstrip there called Stuart Island Air Park. It's very tiny. And we'll see Johns Island, we'll see Speeden Island, but from there we're going to go take a heading of approximately 50 to 60 degrees over to Walden Island. And from Walden Island we'll proceed over to Orcas Island. As I mentioned, Orcas is one of the 3 of the largest islands. This is the western side of it, this is the eastern side of it, and right in the middle there's a really good airport called Orcas Island Airport. Kilo Oscar Romeo Sierra, KORS. So we'll do a touch and go at Orcas. There's this huge body of water, this large bay that comes up from the south, coming up from all of these other islands. So we'll do a touch and go at Orcas Island, and we'll continue down the bay. We'll loop around and come back and make our way up to the tip of Lumi Island. And Lumi Island is right across from the Lumi Reservation, the First Nations reservation. So we'll come across from there. So let me just put some airports on the map so we can see what we are talking about. And just so you know, the Bellingham International Airport is very close to Lumi Island. depending on the weather, we might be able to see Bellingham International Airport as we make our way to the tip of Loomy Island. We won't land here, but we'll continue. We'll make a right turn and we'll head southeast to Eliza Island, where we will be. That'll be our final destination. So let's not waste any more time. Let's push the throttle forward and get this aircraft airborne. Okay, there we go. Brakes are released. Throttle is full forward. We have airspeed alive at 30 knots, 40 knots, 50 knots, 60 knots. We can rotate. We are airborne. That island that's directly in front of us is Walden Island, but we're going to make a left crosswind turn here. Make a left crosswind turn. So those islands that you're looking at ahead of us out there is in British Columbia, Canada. That is Saturna Island. And the one to the left of it is Pender Island over here. Let's make a left downwind. Should retract our flaps. That's the airport that we took off from. We can't really see it because we're not high enough yet. And that's because I'm not paying attention. So we are downwind now. We'll make a left base turn. Actually midfield turn. This is all Stuart Island in here. Let's just raise my seat up a little bit and move forward. There's the airport that we took off from, or the airstrip I should say, right there. Now there's that small airstrip at the south end of Stuart Island right here. Not going to be landing there, but we're just going to turn left now and head over to Waldron Island. So that's Waldron Island ahead of us, right out here. Let's see, we're at about 1,200 feet. We should make our way up maybe 3,500. That way we get a better visibility of all the islands. So again, as I said, that's Saturna Island in British Columbia. That's Pender Island. We've got a few clouds hanging in here. Let's hope that they don't interfere with our flight today. So what we're going to do is that half-moon shaped island, we're not really going over that part. We're going to go over to the left, to the northern tip of it. Tiny island right to the north of the tip of Waldron Island is an island called Skipjack, Skipjack, Skipjack Island. Kind of a strange name, but that's what it's called. Now we're getting up to about, getting close to 2,500 feet. Get a better view of the islands to the south. And to the north, over into Canada. So what we'll do is we'll go over to Skipjack Island, and then we will turn to a southerly direction, and we'll head south just for a little bit, just to come over here. We should see a little airstrip. It's called Waldron Airfield. That island way off out there is called Patos Island. I think we better keep our altitude a little bit lower because we're getting into some cloud cover here. Southerly now. Make my way over that Waldron airstrip. I think I see it right there. And from there, we're going to head over to the big island of Orcas Island. I think I better keep it down around 2,000 feet. Keep away from those clouds. Okay, so skies have cleared up a little bit as we approach Orcas Island. Just get my chair up a little bit. This is the western side of Orcas Island. And that's that long bay that comes from the south, makes its way up to Orcas Airport, right over here. So I think what we'll do is we'll come out here over the Pacific Ocean. And this large island here is called Sukia Marine State Park. And the island to the right of it is called San Juan Islands National Wildlife Refuge. So there's Orcas Island Airport right there. There's the big bay. So we'll do a touch and go on Orcas Island. We'll set up for runway 16. Gotta lower the RPMs a bit. That's that Patos Island that I talked about earlier. It started losing some altitude. So we're right now on a right base for runway 16. We are quite high. There's the airport down there. Make our way down to runway 16. That's the wildlife refuge right there. All right. We are at 90 knots, about 1,200 feet. Put in 1 notch of flaps. And our gear is down, knots, 500 feet. We should stop the descent. Put in another notch of flaps. Coming down to 70 knots. There's a marina on the left. Okay, looking good. We're a little low, but that's okay. 60 knots. Try and hold it steady. Oh. Got a freeze. Got a system freeze right there. Kinda threw me off. That totally threw me off, that system freeze. There, that's a nice touchdown. Alright, let's rock and roll and get back in the air. Yeah, that was a pretty good touchdown. 62 feet per minute. At 1 degree up slope. A 3-degree right bank. Alright, let's make a left turn and head over. Trapped our gear. So this is now the east side of Orcas Island. Just gonna have to go around this ridge here because we're a little bit too low to make it over the ridge. There's some communication towers up on top here. That mountain in the distance is Mount Baker, 10,800 feet high. There's a lot of skiing takes place on Mount Baker in the wintertime. And that mountain to the south of it is called the Three Sisters, because there's 3 peaks, and it's just been given the name Three Sisters. So the island directly in front of us is Lumi Island. We're very close to our destination now. I'm going to hang in at about 2,000 feet. That's the Lumi First Nations Reserve right there. I'm not seeing Bellingham Airport. Let's see if I can get the binoculars out and have a better look. Yeah, actually way off in the distance. There's the lights for Bellingham Airport. Bellingham International Airport right there. Right there. This is Lumi Bay, all through here. And again, that's the Mount Baker. This is the eastern tip of Orcas Island that we just did our touch and go from. That's the bay. Looks like I crept up to 3,000 feet. I should reduce my RPMs. So we're not going to be landing at the tip of Lumi Island, but we're just going to go south along its east shore. Between Lumi Island and the Lumi Reservation. And this island to the south is called Portage Island. Our destination, you can't see the island yet, it's such a small island, it's just right about here. I think that might be the tip of it right there. That's our destination. That's called Eliza Island. We can start losing some altitude now. There's a nice group of houses all in here along the shoreline. That would be nice to live there. So the runway to Eliza Island is runway 14. This is Portage Island. I think what we'll do when we land at our destination right here is we'll land in the water and then we'll park up on the land. So let's get set up for a water landing. So our landing gear is up. May as well put in one notch of flaps. We're at 1,000 feet. And we should get ourselves ready to touch down in this beautiful, calm Pacific Ocean. Okay, we need to reduce some speed. I'm gonna put in the last notch of flaps. There's only two flap levels in this aircraft. There's 15 degrees and 30 degrees.
500.
500 feet. The runway is right there. And then there's a marina right here. Let's hold our altitude. We don't want to touch down just yet. Let's get a little bit closer. Let's hold this altitude right here. We're about 100 feet off the ground, off the water, I should say. Maybe 50 feet. Okay, let's start to settle in now. Let's settle in. Okay, let's put our water rudder down. Sorry about that. I was looking down at the water rudder and wasn't paying attention to the final approach. That was our landing performance. "70 feet per minute." I think what we'll do is we'll taxi over to where the runway is, the threshold of the runway. So in order to do that, we will put our landing gear down. So that when we get to the land, we can just make our way right up onto the land. That's the beauty of this aircraft. Just go past the marina. And we better bring the water rudders up. And we are on land. And this is the threshold of runway 14 right here. This is where we would have touched down. I'm going to park the Icon A5 over by the building and near the marina. This is a good spot right here, I think. Yeah, okay, I think that's a good spot. So, we're gonna shut things down now. And let's turn off magnetos. Turn off the landing lights, taxi lights. Water rudder is up, strobe lights can come up, flaps can come up, and the battery can be turned off. So with that, I thank you for flying again with Simair Flights. I'm Dane Simair, and we'll catch you on leg 2 when we visit a few more islands. Till then, keep flying.
Foxtrot Bravo Bravo, pull up and go around.
Go around, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Tower India, Echo Lima, downwind 13, touch and go.
India Echo Lima number 3, follow Cessna left base turning 1 mile final.
India Echo Lima.
Foxtrot Bravo Bravo Tower, fly runway heading.
Fly runway heading, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Charlie Zulu November, clear to land runway 13.
Shows going on clear to land 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, change of plans, crossover midfield, join right downwind runway 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, crossover midfield, join the right downwind for 13.